I think the sequester soul train. You see what Drudge tweeted? POTUS chomping Nicorette. Standing ovation for Cyndi Lauper, who already looks deep into Obamacare. Now back to urgent gun control push and crying families. And I think that sums it up. That sums up the Obama charade very nicely. Drudge tweeted that out. POTUS chomping Nicorette, standing O for Cyndi Lauper, who already looks deep into Obamacare, and now back to urgent gun control push and crying families. And speaking of Biden out there making fun of the black helicopter crowd, rather than answer a serious question about Obama administration policy on guns, they asked him, well, wait a minute, if you're going to require a background check and registration for every purchase of a gun, how is this not national gun registration? And Biden comes out with some insulting answer about, well, we're going to swoop down in the black helicopters and we're going to find out where you are and who you are. We got that audio soundbite coming up. The New York State Police are suspending the handgun permits of people in the state who are prescribed anti-anxiety medication. This, according to Jim Tresmond of the Tresmond Law Firm in Hamburg, New York. We are representing a client right now impacted on this or by this onerous activity. We're flummoxed by the whole thing, the lawyer said. The HIPAA Act is supposed to prevent this kind of thing from happening. It's a gross invasion of privacy. And what he's talking about is the New York cops are going to confiscate guns from everybody taking anti-anxiety medicine. Now, the question is, how do they know who's taking anti-anxiety medicine? How do they know that? Well, obviously they're getting pharmacy records. And that's what the lawyer means by HIPAA. The HIPAA Act is supposed to prevent this. I remember the first time I'd ever heard of HIPAA. I went to the doctor for something, and before they would do anything, they said, you got to sign this. I said, what is it? It's HIPAA. I said, what's that? Well, this just, you're agreeing that we can't give your medical records to anybody except in some sort of emergency, whatever it was. They led me to believe that it was a privacy thing, limiting what they could do with my medical records, but at the same time granting them permission to share them in certain circumstances. But the whole thing was pushed as a privacy thing. Now, I have a little personal experience with medical records being procured by the authorities, and obviously that's what's happened here. So if you happen to be in New York City and you are taking anti-anxiety medicine, what is a brand name of a drug for anti-anxiety? Was it Prozac? Prozac, Xanax, Ativan, Adderall. No, Adderall is NFL performance drug. You didn't hear that? Richard Sherman, cornerback, Seattle Seahawks, said that he got suspended for 4 games for taking Adderall. It's an amphetamine. It's for ADHD and narcolepsy. And it's an amphetamine. It's speed. It bumps up the adrenaline level. It makes you more alert and so forth. And he said half the league is on it. Whoa! Richard Sherman of Seahawks said half the league, half the NFL is taking Adderall. And he said the league may as well go ahead and legalize it because everybody's taking it. I don't know if that's why they have to send in the signals.